Hey everybody. I wanted to share this video. It's very heartwarming for me to talk about what I've been going through. This little bag right here contains my first ever mirrorless professional camera. Uh, some people may not think it's professional, but it helped me understand that old ancient technology is still the way to go in modern day. I've always understood that. It's just that I'm living, breathing it with purchasing it with my hard-earned money instead of going for the biggest, baddest cameras out there, which I still want. I want the latest thing. But why do I share this? Well, I got a Ford in the parking lot that's almost 225,000 miles, and I pay $91 a month for car insurance, and I have no car payments at all. Besides gas, regular oil change, that's it. And I'm starting to follow my heart, and I'm starting to gravitate towards specific information that is clear for me to see. Everything that I do and everything that I don't do, every previous videos that I scrolled through led to this one man, Markus Rothkranz, very great man that's inspired me to get this camera and to remind me that the simple things in life is beautiful. It's all out there. It's all in front of you, and you need to just capture those moments and make the best of what you have, and not have to be something like, you have to be so fancy all the time. And I don't know why this is important for me to share, because it's a simple thing you hear all the time. But let me just give you my story real quick. I realized that this is my path because everything is fluid in wanting to absorb the information, sit down for 3-4 hours on a computer chair. Everything that I'm doing doesn't make sense to a lot of people. That makes sense to me. That if I were to put myself to talk about it with specific negative influences, they would probably shun me down, and my reality would be crushed in the past. But it's not so anymore, because I realized that the people need to be happy with themselves and their life, mostly for me to take them seriously if they're going to throw some shade at me. And even if that's not the case, I still have to understand myself when I look in the mirror. Why are you doing this? Do you know? Yes, I do know why I'm doing this. And is the car running? Are the bills paid for? It's just simple things like that. And what I see a lot of in my friends in our 20s, early, late, middle 20s, is that we don't write down the goals. We don't take control of ourselves and our lives. And I say ourselves because I could want something outside of me, and I feel abundant to receiving it. I could want a red-haired girl, and I can't want that specific person. When it comes to human beings, you just can't. You have to let them come to you in their own time. But you also should plant the seed to put yourself out there. But you should always understand that it's okay to generalize the things that you want in a person, in something, and understand that once you have that general clear picture, it doesn't have to be detail specific, but if you understand the basis of something, that's 50% of the way. And then of course 50% is taking action, and that's what I did. I didn't know. I've never done this before in my life. I've never ordered from eBay. The only time I order from eBay is to help my father, who loves to shop at eBay. I understood it. But then I thought to myself, well, lens is glass. And people, I've been reading, is using glass lens photos, photography lens from the 1960s, and right here in modern day. And it's just so beautiful to me to understand that there were certain things that these days they took out that they had in the past that made it so much better than what we have now. And it's all about how much you're willing to go to find that treasure. And that was what I did. I scrolled through, I looked for the best of the best, I communicated, I talked to the person. Hey, I got this camera from an old lady, a little bit older than my dad, who's retired, who barely used it because she didn't understand how to use it and was just a point and shoot grandma, her word for word. And I realized I created some beautiful memories. The first couple photos was with my grandmother, you know, in the yard. That was after, and I showed my uncle, and I realized, look, I'm creating some memorable pictures that will last a lifetime, and that's all that I know, and that's really what I'm good at. It's capturing the moments and the nostalgia behind it, while everybody can just relax, put their foot up in the air, and just let me do my thing. Another thing that I want to talk about is why do Gary Vee said that he gives away free information. Why? Why does he do that? Because he said that it's one thing to give a person advice, and it's another for them to take it. You hear that all the time. But think about that. You can hear something like me or him or whoever say something really positive, and it just gives you a dopamine effect. And it's crazy that people just don't. What are you afraid of? And it's just the life that you really want to live. I can't. If I'm not following my heart, I'm imploding from the inside these days. And I don't want to get extreme and intense, because there's days where we need to relax and not have to be a superhero all the time, you know. And I know how to balance that out. But there's times where, like, if it goes for a long period, I can't sit here and waste my time in my life. I bought a nice, you know, $100 solar atomic watch because I love everything about the day, Monday, the date, April 12th, 7:36, the seconds going up, the accuracy, the technology of atomic clocks, the electrons, etc., the radio waves frequency. And I like to have a nice, structured, organized life. And it's not always easy. That's not always going to happen. But I like to at least prepare myself for living the best life and owning each and every single day. And every time I look at the world now with this photography thing and videography, I don't just see it as just another day. The world is so beautiful in different angles. And in our case as human beings, conscious human beings, that would be perspective, right? You could look at me, you can look at me from there, here, over there, with a drone. There's so many different ways to look at one piece of tiny thing, the speck of earth, right? And there's a choice to make on how to maneuver those things into creating your best life. You can always take something negative and turn it into something positive. You can be a magician. You can transmute. You are the alchemist of your life. Here's a great lens right here. Woo. Woo.